Welcome to Focus on Manufacturing. I'm Peter Stanton, the publisher of the Worcester Business Journal, and as guests here today, we have Nicole Z, who's the plant manager at Saint-Gobain Super Abrasives here in Worcester, and Bill DiBenedetto, who's the president of Lampin Corporation in Uxbridge. Welcome. I'd like to start the show by maybe, Nicole, with you. Just briefly tell us what your company makes here in central Massachusetts and your role as plant manager, what you do.
Sure. Saint-Gobain's a multinational company. We have about 170,000 employees worldwide. Here in Central Mass, we have about 2,000 employees. We make anything from grinding wheels in my business. We also have plastics manufacturing, and further out we have CertainTeed roofing and other housing products. In Northborough, we also have a research and development group, but my facility is mostly focused on super abrasives grinding wheels.
Got it. And so as plant manager,
my responsibility is to make sure that we're satisfying our customers. We have high quality product. We have about 140 employees that work in our facility, and we sell about $40 million in sales annually.
Terrific, terrific. And Bill, tell us a little bit about Lampin Corp and your role there.
Sure. Lampin Corporation has been an established machining manufacturing company since the early 60s. We're located in Uxbridge, Massachusetts. We specialize in small plastic and metal machine components, primarily used within our region in the Northeast United States, in the medical industry, for medical equipment and medical devices, robotics, automation, and test and measurement. And my role is president, and we have an ESOP organization, which is an employee-owned company, and my job is to provide strategic and operational leadership and direction for the company to make sure that we're a competitive company and in this very competitive environment that we're in, and to create value for our stockholders.
Understood. And I think when we talked about what do you make, I know you've got a couple products sitting here on the table.
I brought some examples of the types of products that we manufacture. These happen to be two products that are manufactured out of aluminum round stock, and these are highly precise parts that are manufactured on CNC Swiss machines.
Understood. So recently the state held a big manufacturing summit at the DCU Center here in Worcester, and October was officially named the Manufacturing Month, and that's really an effort to give visibility to the industry and awareness. Can you tell us about any programs or what your company is doing maybe in the community to sort of increase that awareness, whether it's part of Manufacturing Month or sort of just part of an ongoing effort?
Sure. Saint-Gobain is sponsoring the Chamber of Commerce's Manufacturing Roundtable. So every 3 or 4 months, we get together with a group of manufacturers, also the Chamber of Commerce, and other partners in education to really talk about the pending issues or the ongoing issues with manufacturing. As a result of that, we're hosting an open roundtable in our Norton Hall, which is a highly historic, really memorable place in our facility, to talk with educators about why we should introduce manufacturing as early as possible. So that's on October 27th, really teaching them the insights and the career paths for manufacturing. Additionally, we'll be doing tours of the Brookstone Valley Educational Foundation through our facility. So that's how we're supporting both Manufacturing Month and overall in the Central Mass area.
Good, good. And Bill, I know your company is directly involved in working with schools and other groups. Anything in particular that you're doing to sort of reach out and increase that community awareness?
Reaching out is a strong part of our culture. Our chairman and the former owner of our company, Scott Roster, was really keen on reaching out to the schools, particularly in the Blackstone Valley, to provide incentives for innovation for young students in the high schools and in the tech schools. And we continue in that tradition where providing funds for development, innovation development. I reach out to the schools myself, go out to make speeches about career opportunities in manufacturing and how critical it is to maintain manufacturing in this area in the United States, particularly around security as an example. We manufacture components that are used in bomb sniffing. as an example, and that is extremely important to the safety of our environment. And this particular October, we're conducting 3 different tours of our facility where selected students will come in based on their desire and do some interactive work on our software to develop some parts that we have, and then they'll actually see those parts being manufactured on multi-axis machines. And we'll have a Q&A session so they can talk to us about the kinds of things that they can do in our business. And we'll talk about how we are committed to developing the young students to become top-notch machinists or engineers or whatever they would like.
Interesting. And so really developing that young workforce just seems to be a critical component going forward. There's one of the things I want to mention here is we've got a list of all the open houses that are being run at manufacturers that we're going to provide Charter TV3 so that it'll be on the Charter website. And there's also a list of those open houses on the Mass MEP website. So we'll make sure that that information is available to viewers and that they can either find out about things that you're doing directly at your companies or what other firms are doing throughout the Central Mass area. I know recently we had a chance to talk to Jay Ash, who's the Secretary of Housing and Economic Development, about sort of that challenge of workforce development. So it'd be great to hear. Let's hear what Jay has to say.
As Governor Baker and I have been traveling around the Commonwealth, we've been talking to businesses about what their issues are in terms of growth and maintaining their place in the business community. And what we hear over and over again is workforce. In fact, at today's session of the Advanced Manufacturing Collaborative, I asked the question, audience participation time, would everybody who has a job available raise their hand? And almost 3/4 of the room raised their hand. That tells us that there are an awful lot of jobs out there. Those jobs are actually chasing after people. And we in the Baker administration are trying to solve that problem for our businesses. We've been partnering with community colleges and vocational schools, as well as training centers, to help provide grants to support equipment upgrades that will allow for young learners and adult learners to come into places and learn how to train, how to work on the newest, latest equipment in order to be ready to be hired into manufacturing facilities and other places in order to contribute to the economy of those businesses.